Hi, friends. Welcome to my channel for the total healing of your body, mind, and soul in all possible ways of treatments. Now, I'm going to tell you about how to handle unnecessarily troubling neighbors and how to avoid them, first of all. Sometimes, even if you have a lovely house in a beautiful place, it can become a nightmare if you have a nasty neighbor next door. So, first, make sure that you are not doing anything bad to them, maybe even unknowingly. Introspect and see if you are doing something wrong to them. If you figure it out and can make out what is your fault, correct it right away. Maybe they are doing it as a response to your action. Second, if possible, try to smile at them if you meet them face to face, or ask them to come and talk about the issues on the sidewalk or on the terrace or any other place where you all can speak freely. Say we can mutually agree to the things or the problems we'll discuss and solve like that. Third, assume good intentions. Don't always think that your neighbor is doing something for your bad. It could be that they intend to do something, but in turn it turns out bad for you. Like they use a doormat for their door, which obstructs your doorway, which they are not aware of. Then, fourth, be sympathetic if your neighbor complains. That is, if your neighbor tells you what is bothering them about you, to accept it and assure them that you will note it in the future and avoid it. Fifth, document or write down things if required, means what bad they are doing or what things you want to remember about the incident, about the trouble and all that. So you write the problems, what they create, just to remember all of them when you need to discuss about them, maybe with them only to solve them out, or to complain if you want to complain to any authority about the problems. Then, sixth, research about the rules before taking action. That is, find out first what are the exact rules before you take any legal action or before complaining about it to any authorities. See if you are breaking some rules. Seventh, for critical issues, contact the authorities when you know you cannot handle it anymore, the time, like the nearest police station, even. Then, eighth, before that, don't accuse them. Let them know how the problem bothers you and suggest ways to solve it together, as I said before. If that does not work, check out the local noise and disturbance ordinances and write a petition or a personal letter there. Now, there are mainly 5 different ways by which neighbors can offend us. And the ways are: first, the racket makers, meaning the neighbors who disturb the peace in your home by fighting loudly in their houses, or moms screaming all the time, using the horn often, even during resting hours, maybe when they come to park their car outside. Mostly it is in the case of a building and flats in the building. Some put a loud music at any time of the day or night. Actually, very loud music or noise is not good at all, because there are many people who can't hear very loud music, especially very old people and very small children who are newborns and all. Then, second, there are neighbors who are properly line fanatics, those neighbors who, for example, trim the boundary trees of yours without telling you and then send you a bill, mostly when the trimming was not required. Then, third, the neighbors who let the grass grow wild in their property, which is in front of your door, or who keep the garbage bin with the stink in front of your door. This happens when the houses are too close to each other, like flats in a building. Then, fourth, the neighbors who have pets and don't clean the mess the pets do in front of your home. And the last one is the extreme type of neighbors who are drunkards, drug dealers, or criminals. So, friends, if you want to avoid such neighbors, find out the following before buying the house you desire to buy. First, watch the neighborhood at night because at night the neighbors are in the house, so you can observe their activities from outside. As during the day they will be absent and at work, mostly except on weekends or on Sundays. Second, you can talk to the local shop owner and ask about the neighborhood. You can say, I'm thinking of buying a house here. Do you know about the neighbors here? How are they like? And you can say all these things. And if he's friendly enough, he will tell because all these people go to the shop, so he must be knowing everyone, that shop owner. And third, walk in the neighborhood during rush hours when everyone is busy. Even four houses or blocks surrounding your desired house. Make friends with a few neighbors along the way who look to be good. Ask them about the place and about the house you want to buy. They will tell you the history. Look out for signs like basketball hoops, skateboard ramps, so you'll know who are staying there. There are signs of racket makers, these signs of racket makers. Then, fourth, watch and listen. See if you can see barking and unlashed dogs. Then, fifth, you can visit the neighborhood police station and see which neighbors have got complaints on them and for what, like illegal house construction, or sometimes there are some neighbors who have a record of just calling the police for every silly thing to the house, even for a small fight with the neighbor, every time. Even such neighbors are recorded at the police station. Then, sixth, you can check on Google about the area or the street view where you want to buy the house. Zoom in and see if you can see any landfills, etc. You'll get to know about the area on Google. Lastly, seventh, see if there is any sex racket going on in the locality. Then you can avoid buying a house in this locality and buy a house somewhere else. You will find a nice place. So, friends, if you do all these things, no, you'll be able to avoid troublesome neighbors, and you also will be able to buy a good house in a good locality with good neighbors. So, friends, I hope I was able to give you a lot of information about how to deal with bad neighbors and how to avoid them in the first place. Take care, friends, and lots of love to you all. Bye.